The 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And coming right up, we'll see the Utah Jazz playing against the Denver Nuggets. Well, for Denver, now these are the games that challenge you. They'll have their work cut out for them, but they believe they can come away with a win. You know, Denver is a team that is bound to go through some rough patches as they grow. With that said, there are things in place here that are positives. Like what?
They're still one of the better teams on the offensive glass. Several guys on the team, especially the Manimal from Brick City, he's just got a nose for getting those rebounds. You know, they've made big strides on the defensive end under my main man, Coach Mike Malone.
Denver will always be a tough team at home due to that high altitude.
Oh,
yeah, man, you run it up and down. You talking about burning your chest in that first quarter. That's when they get you. If they don't get you in the first quarter, they won't get you, but they typically do.
Did that ever affect you, Shaq, the altitude in Denver?
I have an admission, Ernie.
What?
No, I used to foul shave.
What's foul shave mean?
Get 2 quick fouls, sit down next to the coach.
Thank you for being so brutally honest. Kevin Harlan standing by. He's got the call right now.
Right now.
You know,
The Utah Jazz have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend the home court here in downtown Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. The Nuggets will kick off their road trip right here. And there's certain to be some disappointment because of the injury to Gordon Hayward.
Kevin, he's only going to be out a short period of time. You know, he got hurt in that last game. Not available tonight, but they do expect him back soon.
Players on these teams have loads of the P word.
Watch it, Kevin.
Potential,
That's
sir.
where
Yeah,
I
that's
thought you
what
were
I'm telling
going.
You. Of course I
All
am.
right,
Come on.
we'll see coming out of training camp and deep into the season just how comfortable some of these younger players are with the spots on the floor where the coach is willing to give them the basketball.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Gallinari and Fareed, the duo at the forward. Will Barton is out there with Moutier, and it's Jokic in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Now here is Hill. Favors, dishes to Ingles. 5 to shoot. Here's Gobert. And it's Denver with the rebound. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, offensively, they got all the momentum behind them, got the D on the ropes, and they just kept throwing haymakers.
Now here is Hill. He feeds it to Favors. Here's Ingles, back to Favors. Shoots from the high post, misses off the right iron. Fareed outside. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. And then Moutier slams it in.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
And that's what we're seeing more and more. Point guards who can finish as well as they make the play.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia.
That's as sweet as you're going to get it. Fluid motion, great lift, rolls right off the fingertips.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. That one falls.
Unreal play there. Moutier ran that pick and roll to perfection to get himself the shot.
The Jazz have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Feeds to Favors. Here's Hood. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hood's got his first bucket of the night.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Jokic with a screen on Hood. Barton pitch to Moutier. Screen by Fareed. Moutier pass to Fareed.
And interesting, Kevin, the 6'8" manimal Kenneth Fareed plays a lot bigger. You know, he has a standing reach that's 3 inches higher than Blake Griffin's, but more than anything, it's his athleticism and tremendous hustle that makes him such an imposing presence.
The Nuggets shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
And the first one drops. Free throws good from Kenneth Fareed. The Jazz have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And David Aldridge spoke with Quinn Snyder. David?
Well, Kevin, he said for them to be successful, they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees, unquote, every time the ball goes into the post. If they don't, he thinks they're going to be in for a long night. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And Brent, Fareed became a star as the starting power forward for Team USA, winning them gold in Spain in 2014.
Well, also Kevin selected to the all-tournament team, so what a tremendous honor internationally, playing alongside all those great scorers. Fareed's relentless work during the tournament really drawing a lot of attention. It helped him earn a 4-year, $50 million contract from the Denver Nuggets.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Jazz shooting their first free throws of the game. That free throw missing.
I tell you what, Derek Favors has arrived. I mean, the 3rd overall pick back in the 2010 draft. Never a doubt about the ability and the talent, but I think it took him a while to get comfortable playing at this level. And then the last 2 seasons, it feels like he's just kind of put it all together. It oftentimes takes young guys coming into this league a little bit of time to develop their niche and their identity. But once they do, boy, watch out.
Now here's Moutier. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Fareed, a screen on Hill. Pass to Jokic. Gallinari up top. And again, Denver no good. And talking about the improvements made by Favors, he's really added something to his game, Greg, every single year.
Great point. I mean, he plays the pick and roll beautifully now, whether it's rolling to the basket on offense or using his mobility to deter the pick and roll at the other end. I mean, the versatility to man both front court spots is a huge plus when you're playing matchups. If he can just stay healthy, he has the potential to become a perennial all-star.
Denver in the lead. Moutier kicks to Fareed. Gallinari outside. Down low. And stolen by Favors. And the call will be against Emmanuel Moutier. That's foul number 2 for him.
Whew. That is a bad second foul there, guys. His team needs him to stay on the floor.
Denver making a switch here. Murray's checked in. Outside Hill. Gobert the screen. Hill dishes to Gobert. And a wide open look for Hood. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
If you're gonna foul Gallo, make sure you really foul Gallo. Big mistake by the defense there. And Danilo Gallinari is one of the better three-point threats in the NBA. It isn't just the accuracy that he has, but it's the ease of his release. And a lot of times people don't realize just how big at 6'10" Danilo is. That allows that shooting window to be open quite often.
Gallinari, no good on the free throw. And returning to Gallinari, he's done a good job of expanding his game, Brent, to more than just threes. It's helped him develop as a complete offensive threat.
Well, he's become much more than just a spot-up and shoot guy, and he looks more and more comfortable as the seasons wear on. The interesting part about Gallinari is I think the game is slowing down for him. We know he's suffered from some injuries, but he looks much more like a veteran player out there in that Denver Nugget uniform.
Jazz trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Hood Favors with a screen on Barton. Hood gets the bucket.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
I got yours.
Now here's Murray. Defense right on him. And Fareed throws it down.
Look out below. The Manimal uncaged and no prisoners taken.
Basket counts.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
The Nuggets have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Now here's Murray. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Screen by Fareed. Barton passes to Fareed. And the dunk by Fareed.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Here's Hill after the Nuggets pick up 2. Outside Hood. Clock at 6. Favors with the screen. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Denver leading by 3. Barton kicks to Jokic. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
The offense just struggled mightily in that game. They went stretches where points just became very difficult to come by.
I think mostly they just did not give themselves a chance on the inside. They settled too much for the jump shot. I would have liked to have seen a better effort to get the ball to the paint.
Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Jazz.
You know, and you don't see them leaning too heavily one way or the other, striking a real nice balance between taking it inside and stretching the floor. That's always a sign for me of a well-coached team.
Jazz trail by 5. Hill kicks to Favors. Pick up by Hill. Favors dishes to Hood. Back to Favors. High post, Gobert. Here's Ingles. Good on the 13-footer. Ingles has got his second basket of the game.
He can be a matchup nightmare if he can get it in the paint.
The Nuggets leading by 3. Murray, the pass to Fareed. The dish to Gallinari, and that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Will Barton. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games, averaging 15 points a game, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution here for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Arthur comes in for Kenneth Fareed. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Gallinari. And it's Beasley in for Will Barton.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
You hear some of the retired legends saying that nowadays the NBA is going soft. What do you think? Do you wish the game were a little grittier?
I really don't. I think the game is what it is because of the freedom of movement, because of the rule changes. What we see in front of us is how players are trying to manage the space, the pace, and how you play.
Now, here's Exum. 11 points for him in that last game against Miami.
Felt like he was just a wizard in that one, guys. Some of those passes were absolutely magical. It was fun to watch.
Here's Arthur, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
And the game plan is clear. Work the ball inside.
Perhaps the biggest positive for Darrell Arthur is his ability to punish defense with that jump shot. He's so good at the mid-range and pick-and-pop situations. Really easy release lets him consistently make jumpers if he gets himself into open space.
And perhaps the best part about Arthur is that his range can extend out to the three-point line. Brent, very helpful in pulling out defenders.
Yeah, Darrell Arthur can hit the three if you give him some space. And a big guy who can step out like that frees up a lot of driving lanes for your guards.
Yeah, good call there. I mean, feet clearly moving when he set the screen.
The Nuggets leading by 9. Murray with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Count that one.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Utah's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Now, here's Exum. He's guarded by Chandler. Exum kicks to Mack. Here's Diaw. Good, and the nice assist from Mack.
Well, a unique skill set, a very unique body type, and that's complimentary. Diaw can be a matchup problem inside.
And here is Murray. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
And there's a little bit of a question as to where Jamal Murray will line up in the NBA. He's played both point guard and shooting guard in the past and has the skills to play either position comfortably.
And I think Murray has shown he can play the shooting guard proficiently. But it'll be interesting if this team sees him as a point guard long term. Didn't play that at UK, so a bit behind the curve in that sense. But with his scoring, however, you just want him on the floor no matter where he lines up. And you talk about a scorer who can just get red hot. Jamal Murray is that guy. Once he hits a few from deep, he just gets in his groove and can pick apart a defense. Will attack the rim and mix it up on offense if the D starts to overplay his jump shot.
And with Murray, even in his short college career at Kentucky, he has shown that he can absolutely take over a game with his offense.
Yeah, there were a few games for him with the Wildcats where he just looked to be playing against fifth graders the way he was scoring. Can still get cold from the outside and struggle like anyone else, but when he is on, he is a force of nature on the offensive end.
Man among boys, you're right, GA. Utah calls timeout.
Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Well, take your breather, but then come up with a game plan or a set that produces something high percentage. Let's get back on track.
And you think about the Nuggets over the years, a lot of great wing players, Brent, for this franchise. Current roster is very heavy with wing players right now, but they've had stars like Melo and Iguodala in the recent past.
Yeah, historically, the Nuggets have had some great small forwards. Think about Alex English playing in the 80s, probably the best Nugget of all time, and David Thompson, another great Nugget from the past.
Jazz trail by 12. Diaw, the screen. Exum passes to Lyles. Back to Exum. Off the screen. Rebound by Murray.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Kicks it to Arthur. Plumlee with it. Lyles there. Nice shot by Arthur.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
There's the pick. And Mack kicks to Lyles. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. It's good from long range. Burks has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Well, we have mad bombers on both of these teams, each one bringing it from the depths.
Now here's Beasley. A minute 50 left to play here in the first. Arthur kicks to Chandler, and Chandler throws it down.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
No question. You have one team firing on all cylinders. The other one can't even get out of the garage.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. Denver getting their last shot to go. And Mack has it in the corner. And it's off from three-point range. Denver leading by 14. Here's Murray. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Mason Plumlee, 6'11", very athletic, but despite that, he's not a big-time rim protector.
No, but he is very mobile, and if he can get his body in front of guys who are attacking the rim, he can certainly be a disturbance in there. You ask the scouts, he's improved quite a bit defensively over the past couple seasons.
Free throw good, Murray.
And they've clearly been the aggressors here early on, drawing fouls and working themselves to the line.
He's off on the second.
And Murray has it all. A deadly shooter and a remarkable penetrator. Terrific guard play.
He just doesn't seem to be himself shooting the ball right now, guys. Just looks a tad bit uneasy, and that's affecting the result.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
And for most teams, that's where the high percentages are. No reason to take a tough shot if you can bull your way into an easy one.
Here's Diaw. The Nuggets getting the bucket. There's 48 seconds left in the first. Mack dishes to Diaw. Another miss by Utah. Denver leading by 17. Beasley right side. And there's the feed to Arthur. That one, no good. The Jazz go the other way with it. And Mack kicks to Burks. Good, and the nice assist from Mack. Burks has got a couple of threes now in the first for the Jazz. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Now Murray. 6 points for him. Beasley, the pass to Murray. 2 on the clock. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Nuggets lead by 14. And we'll be back with you right after this. And Derek Favors known for his work ethic, and he talked about his focus on developing his skills.
I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving as a player throughout the year, just get better, keep making strides, and keep getting better in every aspect of my game.
Well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is to how far, Trey, you think he can go?
Well, you talk about desire and commitment, and then you throw in the fact that he has the talent that can be built upon and improved. One big factor will be injuries. That's the big X factor that determines so many more careers than desire. Talent and commitment, you need to stay on the court.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And for the Nuggets, this has been the game they wanted to have.
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
Well, they've carved out a nice little advantage here, really by dictating the pace early on.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Jazz, Favors and Gobert, the defensive big men pair. George Hill out there with Alec Burks, and it's Ingles in at the 3. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, remember when Roy Hibbert burst onto the scene in that great year for the Pacers, and he's still one of the league's elite rim defenders. He doesn't go for the block so much as create a wall. It's called the principle of verticality, and Hibbert says, I'm the godfather of that. I'm not going to name names, but there were some prominent coaches who said, we need to get rid of this. Kevin, here's the rules.
Yeah, D.A., he didn't invent it. He just perfected it. Thanks. You watch Jokic play, and you can see why so many are high on his ability to be a star someday. Brent has all the tools, is a legit 7-footer, and he moves with such ease.
Yeah, Jokic has a nice face-up game and has lateral movement as a big, which is quite impressive. Sense of spacing with his passing is pretty good. His timing on defense is good. Be interesting to see how he develops in the next couple seasons.
Woods checked in for Utah. And so he makes both from the line. Brent, they say the elite big man in the middle is a dying breed. What do you think? Any truth to that?
How about the birth of the new big man?
Oh, I would say so, too.
I just don't like to be so pessimistic about what it is that we used to see.
You see cycles, right, in the league? We always see cycles.
Absolutely. So I'm more of one of those guys, glasses half full. So let's celebrate the versatility, the mobility, and the incredible talent of the young players at their size being able to be as effective as they are in the NBA.
Here's Ingles. Passes it to Hill. Launches it. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. Hard to believe that Kenneth Faried was taken 22nd in the draft class of 2011. And he's been a solid player ever since he came into the NBA.
Another one of those players, Kevin, you could classify as just because of his size he was overlooked, but his ability to muscle in and really outwork everybody makes up for that lack of size. Not your prototypical power forward, but he can hold his own.
And the Utah Jazz, with all their young talent, a team that's been on the cusp in the Western Conference, I mean, they felt they were ready to make a playoff push, and acquiring some quality veteran leaders with George Hill, Joe Johnson, and Boris Diaw, I think is just what the doctor ordered.
And he sinks the second. And for the Jazz, Greg, do you like their moves this summer, adding all those veterans?
George Hill, I think, fits a need at the point guard, but can also play alongside Dante Exum. Boris Diaw, a skilled big man who fits well with Gobert and Derek Favors. And then Joe Johnson, a proven shooter and scorer in big-time possessions. So I think overall they did well.
Here's Moutier. Derek Favors making his last shot. Jokic a screen. Moutier kicks to Jokic. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's Hill. Here's Ingles. Offline with his 3.
Yeah, so far he has not had his usual effort in this one, and it's really hurting the team.
And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. The first free throw is good.
And I do like the way Moutier plays, but the big area that he needs to improve upon is his offensive efficiency. He just shot very poorly across the board as a rookie, and part of that was just missing wide open shots, but some of that has to do with his shot selection.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Faried against Favors. Faried dishes to Barton and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. And for Moutier and his low shooting percentages, Brandon will severely limit his development as a player if he doesn't fix that issue.
Well, they gave him tons of minutes, Kevin, so there's nothing like experience, but He can make plays, and he has athleticism. It won't do him any good if defenders are just laying off of him, but he's got the next few years to really get down and dirty and work on his game.
First free throw is good.
I think Will Barton has figured out that scoring from the free throw line can be a good thing.
Both free throws good from Barton. In watching Will Barton play, or rather as he's known, the people's champ, you know, Brent, you have to love the energy and aggression that he plays with whenever he's out there on the floor.
Well, there's something about the blue-collar player, Kevin, that I think everybody who's a fan of the game always is attracted to. That's what Will Barton does. Very easy to cheer for, and he gives you everything he's got every night.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
You just don't want to get to a point where you're forcing too much, not just letting the opportunities come within the flow of your offense.
And here we have a rundown of the players you don't want on you when you're putting up a shot. The leaders in blocks over the last month. Rudy Gobert is second.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
So it's Utah now, trailing by 17. Hood, the pass to Gobert. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Gobert's got his first points of the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Gallinari right side. "13 feet away." Not enough on that one as it misses.
Well, he really T-Rexed that one, guys, short-arming it. He should have taken more time to make sure he was comfortable shooting.
Hill has the open look. Rebounded by Fareed. Fareed's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Gallinari. Second chance effort, and the rejection by Favors. They recover it. And that one's good, Barton.
That was a thing of beauty there. The arc, the release, 3-ball looking good.
Here's Hill. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Favors with the screen. 4 on the shot clock. Hood for 3. The shot, no good. Barton with some nice D. The Nuggets leading by 18. Now here's Moutier. 6 points for him. Pass to Gallinari. Inside, it's stolen by Gobert. The kick out to Hill. All sorts of time. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And a chance now to review the shot chart.
And when you look at this shot chart, you get a good visual of just how often they are settling for something outside. They have to know that this defense wants them to take those kinds of shots, and they would be a lot better off if they recommit to attacking the basket.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Now here's Moutier. He's guarded by Hill. Oh, the lob to Gallinari. That shot no good.
Nice effort on the alley-oop, but probably not a good choice.
Yeah, I like the thought, but the execution was not there.
Hood kicks to Ingles. Dishes it to Favors. Favors with the screen. Hood, the pass to Favors. Clock at 4. They set the pick. Deep 2 from Hill. Again missing Hill.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Fareed dishes to Moutier. It's stolen, and that's a foul called on Gallinari. That is his first foul of the game. Jazz trail by 18. Hill kicks to Favors. It's back to Hill. The pass to Favors. Ingles dishes to Hood. Outside Favors. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For 3, Hill.
Yeah, tough with his shot so far off right now. They're going to have to tap someone else to step up until he finds it.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Hood gets the bucket. Denver with the ball. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Even though he's on the short side for a center, that vertical really evens things out.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Ingles. He dishes it to Hill. Outside Hood. 5 on the clock. Here's Gobert. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Well, Mike Malone is all about business and the business of defense, holding his team accountable for how they play on that end of the floor. He also wants his team to be very strong on the glass, which they tend to be. A defensive stop doesn't become one until you get the rebound.
Going back to Malone, he's known for being a strong defensive coach. Brett made his name for himself when he first started in the league in that category.
Well, I think Coach Malone realizes, Kevin, that on a nightly basis, the shooting can come and the shooting can go. But what you can rely on is your defensive effort and the presence on that end of the floor. So he continues to demand effort and energy from these young Nugget players.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Lyles checked in for Rudy Gobert. Diaw comes in for Derek Favors. Max checked in for Joe Ingles. And it's Dante Exum in for George Hill. Now here's Arthur. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Houston.
And really, last time what I liked best is he used his body extremely well on the offensive glass. It seemed like the defense wanted no part of him when he got underneath.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Diaw, the screen. Now here's Exum. He's covered by Murray. Lyles no good.
He's certainly a threat to finish those opportunities with some style and flair, but the defense did a simply outstanding job preventing that from happening.
Now here's Hood. He's coming off a 22-point game against Miami. They set the pick. Diaw with it. He kicks to Hood. It's stolen by Arthur. And here is Murray. 6 points for him. Arthur, no good.
Well, after hitting a 3 in the first quarter, he's gone cold from the perimeter during this one.
They get it again. Here's Diaw. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, he doesn't shoot a ton of free throws, but Diaw's percentage has improved over the years. Well, Boris Diaw's skills really fit today's NBA. He's like a point guard from the power forward position. You can run your offense through him both at the top of the key and, of course, out of the post as he backs down defenders. He occasionally can score from down there as well. So much versatility from the power forward position.
And for Diaw, you mentioned his post-up ability, Brent. Underrated strength. He can bang in the block both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, sometimes it's interesting. The lineups they have put him at the 5 spot, and he's not really a rim protector, but he moves well enough in that limited space to hold his ground. And the positives, dare I say, outweigh the negatives.
Agreed. The Nuggets leading by 16. Murray, the pass to Arthur. Diaw with the steal. Exum with it. Now guarded by Murray. 3-pointer. Poked loose and out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Look at Utah. 3rd best record here in the early going. And, of course, Denver, 2.5 games back.
And seeing where Utah is, of all the storylines this young season, their success may be the most surprising. This was not a team that was expected to make this much of a splash.
Well, there were some glimmers they'd be an improved team this season, but even so, I thought that improvement would come in small steps. Instead, one giant step for mankind, lots of giant leaps forward for the ball club.
Jazz trail by 16. Here's Diaw. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Plumlee's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Chandler kicks to Murray. Releases. The Nuggets with another miss.
I think the defense was surprised that he did not knock that down. Clear defensive breakdown there, guys. Should have made him pay.
And for the Jazz, they're shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively, to say the least. Diaw with the screen on Beasley. And Mack kicks to Diaw. But they recover it. Exum dishes to Mack. To the inside. Here's Diaw. Good, and the nice assist from Mack. Mack's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Now here's Murray. He has 6. Left side, Chandler. 5 on the clock. He feeds it to Murray. Offensive rebound, Arthur. It will not find the hoop. It's his 3rd miss. He has made 2. Diaw, the pass to Mack. Back to Diaw. Releases. Denver grabs the miss. Plumlee's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Chandler kicks to Arthur. Beasley outside. He's looking for Plumlee and finds him. To the inside. Picked him clean. Knocks it loose. It's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. And now a look at the teams that have shot the ball the best over the course of the last month. Number 5, the Nuggets.
Well, over the last month, they've started to hit a high percentage of shots, and I think it's due primarily to great shot selection.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. It's a 14-point game.
Oof, ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue.
And oh, here we go. Burke's got it. A fast break chance. The Jazz shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Still hard to watch the Denver Nuggets and not be reminded of one of their biggest upsets of all time, beating the #1 seed Sonics as the 8th seed in 1994. Mutombo lying on the ground, clutching the ball. Certainly a memorable playoff upset.
And just thinking about that 1994 upset with the Nuggets, that is probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest moments in franchise history.
Oh, I can see it now. Mutombo laying on the deck, clutching the ball with 2 hands, and maniacally laughing in the air. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you point to. It's one of the best moments in NBA history, in my opinion. Sorry about that, Seattle. Yeah, it's tough. His shot's been off today. Luckily, his team still has the edge in the game so far.
Here's Murray. Sinks the triple. Murray's got 9.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
And the basket by Diaw.
Well, a good first quarter, good second. This could be a big night.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Murray kicks to Chandler. In the corner, it's Plumlee. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Murray. And he can't bank that one in. For Utah, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And that one falls for Dion. And Dion drops them both. Now Murray. Here's Arthur. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And we finished one half of basketball. The Nuggets on top. They're up by 11. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, your team is taking control in the first half. What are your areas of focus going forward?
Our turnovers are killing us right now. We have to get a shot every time down the floor. We have to guard the basketball, defend the three-point line, and if we take care of it, we should be able to close the game out.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. Denver was looking great right away. They put together one great play after another, and at one point, led by as many as 17. Good work for them all around as they controlled the tempo, leading by 14 at the end of one. They survived various ups and downs in the second quarter, never really giving too much away, though, and were able to roll into halftime up by 11. Shaq, let's get your take on Denver.
Well, they've been playing with some toughness. And it's led to a nice lead for them, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers. And now they need to stay mean, Ernie. You cannot lose that edge in the second half.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Jazz.
Well, it's almost impossible to catch up if you keep fouling. They need to be the team getting to the foul line at a higher rate in the second half. That means driving to the basket, hitting the cutter, slicing to the basket. Anything going to the basket is your friend.
It is just about time now for the third quarter to begin. After the final buzzer sounds, the three of us will still be sitting here talking to you.
Actually, it's 4 people.
We welcome you back down to Salt Lake City with a breathtaking view of the layout of this beautiful town. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Without question, Alec Burks displaying his skills today.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
There's got to be some consideration that double teams will be sent his way. Of course, that's going to leave someone else wide open.
Jazz trail by 11. Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Gallinari and Fareed, the duo at the forward. Will Barton is out there with Emmanuel Mudiay. And it's Jokic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Mudiay. Barton outside. Feeds it to Fareed. Just 5 on the clock. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Will the Thrill Barton is improved, and I'll tell you why, Kevin. He put the time in working tirelessly on that shot. Became a legitimate three-point threat from the wing and saw his point totals soar.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Thinking about Barton now, with his ability, Brent, to stretch a defense, it opens up a lot of lanes for himself and his teammates.
Well, he's always known how to attack the rim, and now it's about his decision-making to do one of two things: get in there or stop short for the pull-up jumper. He's showing that now.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Jazz trail by 12. Hood for 3. Good on the triple. Hood's got 9.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Moutier kicks to Gallinari. From 13, Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And that one's good by Favors. He's got 5.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yep, he got up ahead of steam, and no one could come over to stop him.
Jokic a screen. Moutier kicks to Jokic. Shoots from the line. They grab their own miss. The kick out to Barton. Drains the three-pointer.
And you can see how dangerous that catch-and-shoot game can be. Will Barton continues to impress.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. And the call will be against George Hill. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Moutier dishes to Barton. Fareed against Favors. And Fareed kicks to Gallinari. Here's Barton. Rebounded by Hood.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Pass to Hill. The dish to Favors. You played for, what was it, 6 different teams over your terrific career. We're seeing less and less players remain on the same team for their entire career. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing for the game of basketball?
I think it's a thing that just can't be avoided nowadays with the way the contracts and free agency are set up and the way the teams like to maneuver around. One of the things, Kevin, I think that's taken effect is a quick trigger from a lot of the younger owners that the NBA has, where they don't have immediate success. They're not willing to go the patient route and wait for guys to develop, wait for guys to see their talent and come to fruition with the team that they're with. And so you'll continue to see plenty of player movement as the league moves on.
And so Favors nails both of them. And looking at the Jazz roster, they're a well-balanced group. You see scorers, Greg, playmakers, rebounders, shot blockers, plenty of quality depth.
And they've done a great job of drafting. Many of the main pieces of the puzzle seem to be in place. The next step for me is, will one of these young core players emerge as a superstar?
Precision pass from Moutier to get his teammate a good look there.
And the Jazz call time here.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
You just don't want to get to a point where you're forcing too much, not just letting the opportunities come within the flow of your offense. And Emmanuel Moutier's path to the NBA, so fascinating. 7th pick overall in 2015, but played in China prior to declaring for the NBA draft. I think that experience helped, but made Denver intrigued as to whether or not he could be the point guard for their organization for the future.
Now here is Hill. Kicks it to Favors. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Ingles passes to Hill. Clock at 6. Hood kicks to Hill. Denver grabs the miss. Well, following up on Moutier, spent some time in China, grew up in Texas, and was born in the Congo. Well, that's quite a world traveler at his young age.
Well, my thing is, Kevin, did he keep all the miles? That's going to help out. So he's worked really closely with Coach Malone to improve his game during his rookie year, and he plays with a high level of confidence. We'll see in the next couple seasons how that develops.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
The Jazz have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. The Nuggets leading by 7. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Fareed with a clean look. Offline from the top of the key. The Jazz have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Outside Hill. It's deflected. Stolen by Fareed. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And really, Fareed is always a danger to score inside thanks to his athleticism. The D has no choice but to foul him in there and hope that he misses.
Well, the Nuggets have been a force on the offensive glass for quite some time, and you know what, Brent? Last year was no different.
Well, interesting, Kevin, because in the modern game, a lot of teams shying away from sending multiple players into offensive rebound as it affects your transition defense and your ability to set up. So we'll see if that trend continues for the Nuggets, but they do have quick athletic guards that can punish you on the glass.
And he's good on the second.
And though the Jazz are, still developing that roster, they do have an identity. And the one area that's been constant for them is defense. Number 1 in the league a couple seasons ago, last year near the top as well. And so they're not going to be a fun team for you to play against if you have one of those high-octane offenses.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Guys, the Utah Jazz is one of the up-and-coming teams in the West, and it was a system-wide commitment to young players. The younger teams tend to struggle, but head coach Quinn Snyder said he's committed to letting his players learn through their mistakes. He said it may be painful at times, but that's how we get better. In a lot of things, the only way to learn is through experience.
They're catching on quickly, thanks, D.A. Here's Ingles. He has 7, trains the three-pointer. And you know, an interesting thing about the Jazz defense, as proficient, Greg, as they've been, one wonders why the team hasn't done better in the win-loss column over the last few years.
And Kevin, the problem is, as solid as they've been defensively, that's how challenged at times they are offensively in terms of just scoring the basketball. They've been hanging around the bottom of the league in that category for a while.
Ball's knocked loose. Gobert dishes to Hill. Favors with the screen. Hill kicks to Favors. He got right to the cup using that screen. Now just a 3-point Denver lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And it's good for 2. 8 points for Emmanuel Mudiay.
Not the biggest guy of the 10 on the floor, but showing big heart on that possession.
Now here is Hill. Put on the wing from deep. The shot, no good. Now Denver takes it the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. And their road trip is only getting started as that's the second of 6 for them.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Gobert, the screen. Outside Hill. Just 4 to shoot. Hood for 3. They get it back. And the shot is good. The Denver lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Gobert.
Just claimed that possession for his own there. Grabs the offensive rebound and puts it right back in.
Mudiay kicks to Gallinari. The 10-footer. And it's Denver scoring again.
Well, the D is aware of Gallo's jumper, but not on that possession.
Here is Hill. Outside Hood. Favors sets the pick for Hood. It's back to Hill. Jazz passing it around. Here's Ingles. Buries the long-range jumper. Ingles has got 9 points here in the second half.
Yeah, the first half was really tough, but he's really rounded the corner here and been fantastic shooting the ball here in the second half.
Moutier passes to Gallinari. Gobert with the block. They recover it. Jokic laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jokic has got 10 points in the game.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Now here is Hill. He's covered closely. Ingles in the corner. To the middle. Here's Favors. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Fareed.
And then they continue to control the glass.
The feed to Barton. And the shot no good. A bit short. Jazz trail by 6. Hill dishes to Favors. Gobert down low. Fareed defending. Moutier with the ball. He's got 8. Tries it from 19. And Fareed kicks to Jokic. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Well, the shooting percentage is excellent so far, and without him, they might not have the lead like they do now.
At the top of the key, Favors. Passes it to Gobert. Dishes to Hill. Gobert, the screen. Shot clock at 5. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got his 4th assist in this one.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And the Stifle Tower, the French rejection, whichever name you want to give for Rudy Gobert, it probably speaks to his tremendous rim protection abilities, Greg.
Man, a few years back at the Combine, his wingspan measured at a record 7 feet, 8.5 inches. Clearly one of the league's premier shot blockers. Very difficult to shoot a high percentage against him. And at the offensive end, he's become an excellent rebounder and finisher in traffic.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Beasley kicks to Murray. Plumlee sets the pick for Murray. Down low, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Solid fundamentals there from Plumlee, looking to set a rock-hard screen to spring open a teammate.
Jazz trail by 8. And here's Exum. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Matt. Fires for 3. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that have really been controlling the boards during the past month. The Nuggets, number 1.
I mean, they've taken their rebounding to another level, getting physical and playing with a ton of energy.
And so here's Denver. They led by as many as 18 points. And there's the pass to Arthur. "11 feet away. It's rebounded by Boris Diaw.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Can't keep forcing things when you're not in a great rhythm. Move the ball.
Now, here's Burks. He's got 10.
I'm not sure if family and friends are here in the stands tonight, but we wanted to show that one off. Fading away on the shot was absolutely not necessary.
Shoots from the elbow. And there's Murray on the assist by Chandler. And 11 points for Jamal Murray.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Pass to Wiles. Another miss by Utah. Denver leading by 10. Chandler kicks to Plumlee. That one good for 2. Plumlee's got 6.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Burks' shot is good.
A bad shot, good result.
Denver's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Murray kicks to Arthur. On the wing, Chandler. The three. Utah with the rebound. Diaw's got his 5th rebound in this one. He dishes it to Mack. Pass to Lyles. 1:05 left in the third. Back to Exum. The three. Just 3 to shoot.
Love the determination by Murray on defense. Really doing his best to pester these shooters.
He kicks it to Chandler. To the paint. It's tipped. The Jazz have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. And the first one drops.
Well, the Denver Nuggets franchise still mining for their first NBA title. Have had some very good teams, but have yet to make it to the finals. They did make it to the ABA finals back in '76. Still, these fans have yet to have a team win the West.
And the Nuggets and their lack of making it to the finals. The team has been in the NBA since 1977, Brent. They've had some great teams, though, along the way.
Yeah, the Nuggets have not had tremendous team success, and you have to look back recently at the mellow years with Chauncey Billups and even Allen Iverson on those squads. And back in the 80s with Alex English and Kiki Vandeweghe and Dan Issel. Still a team starved for success.
Now Exum. Here's Lyles. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee. Free throws good, Lyles. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Nuggets lead by 6. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. The Nuggets leading by 6. Exum and Burks, their backcourt. Boris Diaw is out there with Lyles. And it's Ingles in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group right now for Utah. Now here's Chandler. The baseline jam. Nice shot by Arthur. Arthur's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Nuggets. And for the Jazz, they're shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Here's Lyles. He's guarded by Plumlee. Works for three. Rebounded by Wilson Chandler.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Now here's Barton. Arthur passes to Plumlee. Utah with the rebound. Lyles got his third rebound on the night. Burks against Barton. Burks dishes to Exum. Back to Burks. 6 on the shot clock. Lyles makes it off the glass.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Now here's Moutier. Chandler down low. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
First free throw is good. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Gobert, he's checked in for Lyles. Favors comes in for Boris Diaw. Rodney Hood's checked in for Alec Burks. And George Hill's subbed in for Dante Exum. Jokic has checked in for Denver. Gallinari comes in for Jarrell Arthur. No good on the second free throw.
Yeah, he's not hitting much of anything, but his team remains in front because of what they've done and how well they've been scoring.
Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Hill. Here's Barton. Pass to Jokic. He feeds it to Moutier. Chandler against Favors. Moutier kicks to Chandler. The 19-foot shot. Here's Barton, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
It's pretty obvious right now the defense is not comfortable with Barton taking those shots. He's remarkable at drawing fouls when he's on the floor.
The first free throw is good. Kenneth Faried, he's checked in for Wilson Chandler. All free throws good from Barton. Jazz trail by 7. Hill with it. Favors with the screen. Hill passes to Favors. And it's Kenneth Faried with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Here's Ingles. Buries it from three-point range. Ingles has got 12 points here in the second half.
You know, you hear that A word all the time, aggressive, and sometimes just being that can turn your game around. He's been that in the second half, their go-to guy here.
And stolen by Favors. And it's Hood in the corner. It's back to Hill. Gobert, the screen. Hill dishes to Favors. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The high post shot. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Faried, a screen on Hill. Moutier kicks to Faried. And stolen by Favors. Here's Ingles. Here's Gobert. Denver grabs the miss. They led by as many as 18 points. Gallinari outside. Feeds to Barton. Back to Gallinari. Here's Hood. Finish off the break.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
That's how you draw it up. Each guy doing his part. Beautiful fast break.
And here's Moutier. Gallinari right side. Looking to get it going. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, that's a shot right there he's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't make.
For 3, Hill. And that one is off. And it's Denver the other way. Here's Moutier. It's stolen by Gobert. Hill kicks to Hood. Here's Favors. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even.
And it's official. They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
This is a testament to this team's fortitude, never giving up. Folks, we've got a new ball game.
Now here's Barton. Throws it up high. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. To the inside. Favors. Some solid defense from Fareed.
That set had everything but the finish. You know, even though they missed that shot, they know they will convert that more times than not.
Jazz have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Now Hill. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Hill's got the game tied up here for Utah. Nuggets have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Moutier passed to Gallinari. That one falls. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
Nice body control there by Gallo. He gets in there and executes that finish flawlessly.
Favors with the screen. Favors sets the big for Hill. Lock at 6. The dish now to Favors. It's stolen by Moutier. Kicks it to Barton. Now here's Moutier. Fareed, a screen on Hill. Moutier dishes to Fareed. Back to Moutier. Shot clock at 6. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call. Utah the foul.
The effort by Moutier to get physical inside is what ultimately forced the defense to foul him there. At his size, he can do that.
A free throw good for Moutier. Both free throws good from Moutier. Jazz trail by 4. Here's Hill, outside Hood. Hill sets the screen for Hood. Ingles in the corner. Here's Gobert. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got his 6th rebound on the night. Barton outside. The feed to Fareed. To the middle. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Gobert. And they're running. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Sometimes it's worth it to find a sliver. Excellent pass there.
Moutier kicks to Gallinari. Back to Moutier. Inside. Deflects the pass. And Jokic slams it in.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Utah's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Gobert the screen. Fareed against Favors. Dishes it to Hill. Trying his luck deep. And Kenneth Fareed pulls it down. The Nuggets leading by 4. Moutier kicks to Fareed. And stolen by Favors. Here's Hill. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Hill's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, he's been precise on offense. I don't think he's made one mistake on that end of the floor so far.
Fareed at the elbow. Here's the screen. There's Gallinari with the 3. Rebound, Utah. Hood's got his 4th rebound in this one. There's the pass to Hill. Ingles in the corner. Gobert the pass to Hood. Gobert with a screen on Barton. Here's Ingles. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Nuggets have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Gallinari attacking Fareed, and it's slammed in by Fareed.
And that's just really a stellar job by Fareed to come away with the rebound, tirelessly working for the offensive board.
Gobert the screen. Hill dishes to Favors. It's back to Hill. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And George Hill, really, for me, an interesting case study, if you will. Always an unselfish player, always been careful in terms of shot selection and smart on the floor. But with Paul George missing time 2 seasons ago, Hill really stepped up his role and didn't miss a beat. I think he can do even more offensively. He's one of those guys that I think doesn't really realize just how good he is. Maybe he does this season.
Good on the second free throw. And for Hill, even as his shots per game have increased, his percentages have only gotten better. Last season, Greg, a career high in three-point percentage.
Yeah, and that spread out offense really has helped. A lot of open looks for everybody. You've got to give him credit, though. He fit in well for this team.
And that's why these fans love their Gallo. His ability to step up and take huge shots is what makes him so valuable.
And Favors kicks to Ingles, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. And so he hits the technical free throw. Favors with the screen. Hood for 3. Denver grabs the miss. Martin's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And really, they've rebounded well all game long.
And that one, good.
He's been incredible in this half. Anytime he pulls up from outside, you think that's bottoms.
Jazz trail by 6. Hill with Favors with the screen. Hood the pass to Favors. Beyond the arc. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got 7 rebounds in the game. Moutier, no good.
Well, important to get great balance if you get bumped on your way to the basket. Still something that every player tries to get comfortable with.
1:58 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Pass to Fareed. Got a piece of it. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. And Jokic slams it in.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like a Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Jazz shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Nice shot by Gobert.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Well, we're talking about a player who's going to take advantage of everything that he gives him, especially at this critical stage of the game.
Now here's Fareed. Jokic kicks to Gallinari. Trains it from beyond the arc. Gallinari's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Nice swing action there. Gallo, he simply squares up and rises to the occasion.
Favors with the screen. Passes to Hood. Got a piece of it. Gallinari outside. Not really his range, and it's off target. Jazz trail by 7. Hill with it. Now defended by Moutier. Hill dishes to Gobert. Shoots. And it's Denver with the rebound. They led by as many as 18 points. Pass to Barton. And Barton throws it down.
Oh, yeah, sure, Will Barton, you could have laid that one in, but why? People pay tickets to see that kind of stuff.
Utah calls timeout. They're down by 9. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So Utah ends up going with a new group for the Nuggets. .46 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Diaw. Arthur grabs the board. Denver with the ball. They have a 9-point lead. Feeds to Plumlee. He dishes it to Beasley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Wilson Chandler with the slam.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Well, doing things the right way and not letting up. Straight attack.
Exum passes to Lyles. Here's Diaw. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And here is Murray. So we see Denver get the win here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you so much, Kevin. And with this one in the books, we're ready to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Jokic.
He was a marksman from the field tonight. No wasted opportunities. He would just wait right there and strike when he was open. And there were few misses on his part.
Sometimes it takes a special effort from one of the others to win on the road, and that's what he gave him. He played an unbelievable ball game, played smart, played in control, and got them points when they needed it. Others, baby, I love them.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.